Assalamu alaikum. It's such a pleasure. Today, we'd love to talk about how a student will get the opportunity to build up the mindset for IELTS. As we are from the very beginning, starting our lecture regarding a student's capability to understand certain issues in IELTS, because IELTS is pretty much different from other tests. It's a standardized and very much specified test. The question which are posed here mostly very much related with uh, very much non-conventional way. So in Bangladesh perspective, number of the times students don't get the opportunity to practice these things. So this is for the first time we took this opportunity to start with the books of Cambridge University Press, and actually some of the Delta certified teachers who actually took this initiative to write 3 books, level 1, 2, and 3. This is level 3 book, which is designed for the students to bring or to help them achieve at least 7.5 in IELTS. So, uh, so I'd love to start with this very crucial issue here, that if the students really would love to actually go forward with some kind of amazing experiences, they have to start from the very beginning of I'd say from like listening for the first time. So for listening, they have to start with the read audio script, right? So I always want the students to read the audio script, because they are not the native speakers of English, so they're always under a lot of problems to understand the sophisticated words and the sentence structures that the people actually uh, have interaction with during their normal daily basis conversations, and I say very much non-conventional conversations. So it takes a while for any of the non-native speaker of English to understand the fluent English here, which is used here. So once a student get the opportunity to have a look at it from the various stretch, he or she can easily understand what sort of word they're using here. So this actually listening scripts, urban and rural life. So suppose you've got a guide which actually talking about something, and you can see some specific writings, and these words are very clearly underlined. Some of the words, these are actually the answers, right? Answers to the questions. So you can actually see the same thing over there in actually IELTS Cambridge book as well. In Cambridge book, those books are very much like you know written on the very same pattern like this. So I would love to show you the same kind of audio scripts which are written down here. For your greater good of understanding, you can have the opportunity to understand what kind of things they have actually come forward with here. So let me start with one very simple thing here, is that these very audio scripts are super helpful for you to understand the fluent English which is used here. So I can go to some of the audio scripts. I hope people will actually take time and try to understand what I would love to share to them. These are the answer scripts. So I'd love to go to some of these, at least some of these, not so much. So if you people have a look at this, section 1 is generally very much easy. So if you have a look at actually the word C is for counselor, K is for Kate, L is for Lucky, right? So C says, hi there, Kate, come on in. How are you today? And K says, fine, thanks. And C says, hi, Lucky, how's things? Okay, well, as I explained on the phone, I'm a counselor here at the student service section of the university, and I'm interviewing overseas students to help me draw up a guide for new students. So I'd be grateful if you could tell me a little bit about your time since you've been here in Cambridge. So Kay says, right, good idea. Now, Kate, let's start with you. Okay, is a very natural startup. We call it leading. If you want to break the ice with your listener, you have to start with some kind of leading words like this. So this is your second semester, isn't it? Could you please tell us something about your first impression of the town when you arrived? You see all the things that this very particular person carried out, these are not needed for us, but these are for the contextual understanding of the given context. But if you go to the another question, you can see, yeah, well, first of all, I was stuck by now by how quiet it is here in the evening. And they repeat it. Yeah, I suppose Cambridge is a quiet place. Where did you live when you first arrived? Well, I went straight into student accommodation. This is the first answer to the question, first question. Where I went straight into the question. It was a kind of student hostel. So the very first Q1 here, it's clearly written down here. Q1 this is the first question. The answer to the first question lies in this very first line here. So it took you a bit while to understand the or to find out the answer to this question. So this is how you will be distracted a lot on time, mostly regarding map learning and diagram, and to some extent a little bit on what I say MCQs. You have to actually take a while. So for that, I would love to request all of the students, please don't be in a hurry. Don't try to listen to the native speakers in the very first time. Try to listen to the native speakers of your mother tongue, especially I'm talking about the Bangladeshi. You have to listen to another Bangladeshi who will listen to you, or you can actually listen to yourself. You can record yourself online, and once again, you can have a look at it and try to answer these questions. The more you practice, the better you will actually be in this very particular module. So this is how you will actually improve your listening skill. So let it be up to it. Thank you so much for joining our online class today. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.